Hi guys, welcome to my channel Blu-ray Ben, and today I'm really happy because I'm going to finally do a pickups video, stuff that I picked up. I think the last one I did was in March before the coronavirus, and since then basically I haven't been able to pick up anything because basically 100% of my pickups are done online from the United Kingdom, and during the coronavirus and all these things there was a lot of problems and I didn't want to risk it. But as things have seemed to go better over the last couple of weeks, I did do an order and got some stuff, and I'm really sort of excited to show you after so long. So the first things I'm going to show you are 3 items that I was actually sent by Leo over at Geek Legion of Doom because I won his subscriber contest. So once again, thank you Leo, and if you haven't seen his channel, you don't know about his channel, I'll leave the link down below and go and check him out. And he sent me 3 things. The first thing is 300 Rise of an Empire in 3D with this really beautiful slip. Okay, so yeah, it's a great film. I love 300, one of my favourite films. The sequel I think is a really good sequel, and I do actually own it on normal Blu-ray, but I don't have it on 3D, so one day if I am able to get hold of a 3D TV, I'll be able to see it in all its glory in 3D. So yeah, great film, and really happy to have this with the slip cover, the lenticular slip cover, you can see that, really good. Then he sent me my first actual media book, which is John Wick, Keanu Reeves. He's actually showed this off in the video, where I showed off my winnings. But yeah, really, really beautiful media book. Artwork in black and white, looks really, really nice. It is in German, so I don't understand all of the things here, but it does, have some pages in it with some images and things like that. So yeah, really good release, really good addition to have. And it's my first media book, as I said, so really happy to have that. And of course, John Wick is an amazing film. Okay, and last but definitely not least, from Geek Legion of Doom, he sent me this really nice limited edition, I suppose you'll call it, it's not a steelbook, it's like a tin box, steelbook box, I don't know, you can see it's quite thick there. It's like a double steelbook, and it's off Point Break, as you can see there, some really nice artwork, some embossing on the title, and I also showed this off, you can see that on the back, there. Beautiful artwork on the back, and then on the inside I showed you it also comes with a book and then sort of a necklace that Bodhi wears during the film. So yeah, it's really good. If I just show you, it just comes with a booklet, and then on the inside it comes with like a slip box thing that you can open up, and then it has sort of artwork inside and things like that, and the discs. So yeah, that's really, really good. And once again, another brilliant film. So with 300 Rise of an Empire, John Wick 1 and this, I got 3 amazing films and 3 amazing releases. Okay, so that was the stuff from Geek Legion of Doom. And now the next 6 things are things that I picked up from Amazon UK, and I was happy to get them. The first thing is one of my favourite Jim Carrey movies, if not the favourite. And I was actually surprised when I got this, because I put them on my shelves in order, alphabetical order of director. That it was directed by Ben Stiller. I can't believe I've seen this film maybe 50 times and I didn't even realise it was directed by Ben Stiller, so there you go. But yeah, I'm sure you've all seen it, Cable Guy, starring Matthew Broderick and Jim Carrey. One of his sort of over-the-top roles, but I absolutely love it, and yeah, I wish Jim Carrey would sort of go back and do some of these characters. I have sort of heard that in the new Sonic movie he does sort of go back to this sort of style of character, so I'm going to definitely have to check out Sonic, because yeah, I absolutely love Jim Carrey, especially in the 90s, all these characters. That's a really great film, and I'm happy to have it on Blu-ray because I only had it on VHS. So there you go. Okay, the next one is, I think Frances McDormand won an Academy Award for this, for Best Actress, I think. I might be wrong. But this is 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. And this is one that a lot of people talked about and said it was a great film. But I knew I didn't have to pick it up straight away because, with these drama things, I'll see them further down the line, and I waited for it to come down in price, and it did. I think it was $6.99 on Amazon, I think, and yeah, as soon as I got it, watched it, really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great film, really well done. Screenplay's brilliant, and yeah, the characters, Woody Harrelson and Sam Rockwell are 2 of my favourite actors, especially Sam Rockwell. And Sam Rockwell, he plays a great character here and gives a great performance, and of course Frances McDormand knocks it out of the park. So yeah, it's a great film. I didn't know anything about it going into it, so for me the title was a bit strange, but obviously when you see the film you understand the title, and it's just a great drama that I really enjoyed watching from start to finish. So yeah, that's 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Okay, the next one is a film that I'm so happy that I picked up because a lot of people said it was really good, and I love the original, and it's Halloween, you know, the newest sequel. Okay, I love the original. I have to admit I haven't seen any of the other Halloweens. I've only seen the original and now this, and I love both of them. The original, obviously, for what it is, John Carpenter's style of, you know, filming and the soundtrack and things like that, just absolutely amazing. And to tell you the truth, I was expecting to enjoy this because people are giving it good reviews, but I didn't expect to enjoy it so much. What I did is I watched the original with my wife because she'd never seen the original, so we watched it together one night, and then the following night we watched this, and she thought that this one was a lot better. Obviously, if you see the original when you're younger, it scares you a lot. If you see it now, it's not scary, but I think it's probably one of my favourite, you know, sequels to any movie in any movie franchise, and the ending was absolutely amazing. I really not, you know, so I didn't expect it at all, and yeah, really enjoyed this movie, the new Halloween. So I'm really happy to have the original and now this, and of course Jamie Lee Curtis coming back and doing, you know, doing her character and giving a brilliant performance. I just thought it was a really good film and so well done. So yeah, that's Halloween, the newest sequel. The next one I picked up, I don't know if it's an original from Netflix, but I watched it on Netflix, really enjoyed it. I was watching all of the documentaries about Ted Bundy and things like that, and I saw this and really enjoyed it. So when I saw it was sort of going cheap on Amazon, I picked it up, and it's Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil and Vile. Okay, starring Zac Efron. Yeah, it's just a really good film. It really interests me in all the documentaries about serial killers and things like that. I'm not sure why I like it so much, but just the things that happen and the way the police deal with it, and you know, for example, the serial killers that got away with it for so long, it really intrigues me how they were able to do that and evade the police. And this is one of these sort of famous historical serial killers. It was just amazing how it happened and how he was able to kill so many women. But I think they capture it really well because I have read a lot about Ted Bundy, and this is a sort of film that I think they did really well, and Zac Efron plays Ted Bundy greatly, I think. And yeah, really one that I enjoyed, and I saw it was down in price, and I thought, well, I'm going to pick this up and add this to my collection. I don't normally pick up sort of originals from Netflix or films that I've seen on Netflix unless I really enjoy them, and this was one. So yeah, if you haven't seen that, Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil and Vile, definitely check it out. And if you don't know much about Ted Bundy, I'd recommend that you watch this without investigating anything, and then afterwards you can sort of look up on Wikipedia or things like that and investigate Ted Bundy, because it's amazing, you know, the story of this serial killer. Okay, the next one is a film that I knew I'd enjoy because the first two films by this director, I think his name's Craig Zahler, I think it's Zahler. I love the first two films, which are Bone Tomahawk and Brawl in Cell Block 99, and I'd heard people have said it's not as good as those, but it's still really good, so I wanted to pick it up, and that's Dragged Across Concrete, and yeah, I loved it. It's very Tarantino-esque, you know, very violent, and I think the dialogue's really well done, and as I said, I really enjoyed Bone Tomahawk and Brawl in Cell Block 99, and Vince Vaughn comes back to do another film from this director. I'm not going to explain anything about the film because these films are sort of definitely got a sort of twist ending, and if you spoil anything, then the film's spoiled. But Mel Gibson gives a great performance, but Vince Vaughn knocks it out of the park for me. He's so good at these roles. You know, he can do comedy so well, and then he can do violence so well. It's just amazing how this actor can sort of change his role from film to film. And yeah, definitely violent, definitely what I was expecting. And yeah, any film that this director brings out, I'm going to pick it up for sure, unless they sort of start going really sort of poor quickly. But yeah, the first three films from this director I absolutely loved, and I have them in my collection. I just love these sort of violent films. You know, there's just an open story that comes to a violent end, and sometimes it's satisfying, sometimes it isn't, but just fun to watch and you know, see all the violence. So there you go. Okay, and last but definitely not least is another sequel. It's Blade Runner 2049. It took me a long time to pick this up, basically because a lot of people are going to hate on me for this. I don't really enjoy the original Blade Runner. I've seen it 4 times because I keep trying to give it second or third or fourth opportunities, but I just find it quite boring. I know when it came out it must have been, you know, spectacular to watch, you know, the futuristic style, you know, the film noir, so dark and all things like that, and a good performance from Harrison Ford, of course. But it just, I don't know, it just doesn't appeal to me, and every time I watch it I think, why did I watch this again? I just get bored. So I didn't want to pick up the sequel because I was expecting the same thing. So what I did is, when it came out on Netflix, I watched it on Netflix, and I was really pleasantly surprised. I thought it was a lot better than the original, you know, a lot faster paced, a lot more spectacular there. Special effects were great. The storyline for me was a lot more intriguing. Ryan Gosling does really well, Harrison Ford too. So as I enjoyed it, I decided to pick it up, and I'll put it next to the Blade Runner original. And also the actress here is Ana de Armas. She's a Spanish actress, which I really like. And actually her name, if you translate her name, Ana de Armas, it actually means Anna of Weapons. So it's actually a really strange name here when you sort of translate it. You know, your surname being Weapons. But yeah, she gives a good performance as well. She's really a great actress, also really sexy. And I think she adds something extra special to the film. And yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And as I said, I enjoyed it a lot more than Blade Runner, the original. And I'm happy to have this in my collection next to the original, because you've got to have the original. I've seen it 4 times, but yeah, just not as crazy about it as a lot of people. So there you go, guys. I'm really happy with what I got this month, you know, with the things I got from Leo from Geek Legion of Doom, and also these 6 things I picked up, because it's been so long since I've picked anything up and been able to put something in the Blu-ray player and watch it. So yeah, really happy. If you have any questions, of course, ask me. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Take care, guys, and I'm really happy to be back showing you my pickups.